Welcome to On Air with Kate Butler, where we are revealing life's best kept secrets. Welcome to On Air with Kate Butler, where we are revealing life's best kept secrets. Today, we have some secrets for you. Oh my God, this is like the best kept secret ever. Wait until you guys hear this episode. You are just going to have this perhaps on repeat, replay, if I dare say so. Let me know. Let me know when you hear this episode if this is one that you want to hear again, because I have a feeling that you will. I am so excited to introduce to you Andrea Estrella. There you go. I'm trying.
Perfect. I love it.
Andrea is a speaker, life coach, and author of Whatever It Takes. You have greatness in you, and co-author of It's Easy When You Believe It. Oh my gosh, I just love that title. It's Easy When You Believe It. Born in Colombia and raised through hardship, Andrea transformed her pain into purpose, rising from trauma, abandonment, and abuse to become a fierce advocate for healing and personal power. Through her coaching practice, inner journey transformation, and her signature tools like Reframe and Redirect, she guides others to break free from limiting beliefs, embrace self love, and create lives of intention. Andrea's mission is to help people worldwide remember who they are, stand tall in their truth, and write their next chapter with courage, with a playful spirit, poetic soul, and unshakable belief in human resilience. She reminds us that we are never too broken to rise and that greatness has always lived inside us. This is just a little snapshot of what we have for you today. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Kate. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you today and just to chat with you about everything that's going on in my life and how I came to be here. I feel deeply honored to be sharing this space with you, and I can't wait to share a bit of myself with those listening. And just to remind everyone, like I've told many friends and people that I've coached, um, greatness is not something outside over there. It's always something in here. And when we find that and we realize that we have it, it's just the possibilities are truly like infinite. And I really mean that. And when you realize it within yourself, it just makes things so much easier to navigate struggles and challenges that you go through your life. So thank you again, Kate, for having me.
It's my absolute pleasure. And we just scratched the surface of it in our introduction here, but you've been through it. You've been through hell, if I may say. And you still choose to radiate hope. So what was the moment that you realized that you were more than your pain?
So, it happened. There were many times, but one specific event in my life was when I was 14. Um, I had, through my 14 years of life up until then, had attempted to take my life on numerous occasions. And I was tired of fighting a fight that I felt that I was never going to win. And part of that, I believe I was fighting myself uh, to be heard,
Mm.
to be seen, and to really um, be who I thought I had the potential to be. Because I was told for 7 years, and that's how long I was with my adopted parents, how I would never amount to anything, how I would never succeed at anything. I was called every name in the book except Andrea. And so, as you're taking a pounding, both literally, figuratively, emotionally, verbally, it does something to your psyche. And you either decide to cave in to the you're not good enough, you suck, you're a terrible human being, and you take on this very heavy negative vibration into your life, and you become that. And so for me, I decided that I had to run away, and trust me, I ran away many times too while I was still living with them. But when I decided to finally run away, I didn't run. I actually walked. I walked 3 miles to my job because there was a lot of chaos going on at home. And I said, if I don't make it by leaving today, I will never make it because I will never walk away. So I had to decide that my life meant something, even when I thought it meant nothing at all. And so instead of running, that I used to literally do when I would run away from home, I decided that I would walk calmly and peacefully, just walk away. And while it was the most terrifying thing, because that meant that I would have to figure out how to eat, I would figure out where I was going to live, I would have to figure out a lot of things at the age of 14. And that's a lot for a child to take on. But I felt even then, and I didn't realize it then, maybe a small portion, that my resilience, my courage, my strength was bigger than even my own understanding. And so when I decided that I'd had enough up until that point and I walked away, I was I was walking away from things that were going to continue to diminish my humanity, my soul, my inner being.
Mm,
And I was essentially walking to my light, to my purpose, to my possibility.
mm,
Again, I didn't know then. I know now. I didn't know then, but I would experience a series of unfortunate events uh, as a child would, going and navigating through those hardships. But it was really when I had to think about what was the turning point in my life. It was walking away from abuse that was just going to, at one point, I felt going to take my life.
mm,
And so I had to take control of that. I had to say, it's not going to be someone over there, this person or this thing. I had to decide that I meant something. And
mm,
even with that little bit that I had in me that I didn't quite understand, I fought for my freedom by not running, but walking away from something that was not helping me to grow as a person. So that was
mm.
truly the time that I can really think back to when I was taking back a part of myself.
Mm. So, you're talking about making a life choice here for your life, right? Not just a choice, in your life, but literally for your life, yeah, the sustainability of your life. Um, we've talked about the greatness inside of you, and then you go on to write a book called Whatever It Takes. You have greatness in you. What does whatever it takes look like when you are fighting for your healing?
You know, I thought about this when I initially wrote my book in 2016, and then when I rewrote it again last year in November.
Mm,
I had to ask myself the question, what does whatever it takes? And I had to take um, a a view of my life up until now at that
mm,
time in November and said, what is whatever it takes to me? And whatever it takes for me is that I decided that it, no matter what I went through in life, that if I was being a parent by myself, if I was making decisions without the support of my own parents, if I was going to look for a job or knowing that I had to take care of my children, that I literally had to do whatever it took. And I was working 4 jobs at one point. I was making sure that my children knew that no matter what we go through in life, that we have to keep pushing forward. And for me, whatever it takes was knowing that if I did not do exactly that, what would my children be like today? Imagine if I had given up on myself and said, screw it, this is not for me. I can't continue to live because my past, it was this, I went through this abuse, that abuse, and now I have children and I can't take care of them. And if I just would have sat back and just felt sorry for myself or allowed that pain and my past and the trauma to literally and truly overtake me, as it does unfortunately for some people,
Mm.
um, I think about where my children would be versus where they are,
Wow.
and so I have raised children with resilience, with courage, with strength, with that undeniable confidence in asking questions when something doesn't seem right to them.
Mm.
And so when I think about doing whatever I have to do in order to survive. That leads up to now, you know. I was willing to leave a job that I was making good money, I thought, that I had been with an investor for 8 years and I was doing really well. Everything in my life was going upward, and something inside me said, there's something that you have to do, and it's not about you, Andrea. Your experiences are to share with the world so they know that possibility truly resides with a willingness and a desire to do whatever you need to do to move forward, because it is very easy and comfortable, and you don't have to really fight anything to just stay where you're at and say, well, this is my life, I succumb to it, there's nothing better. And you can have that mindset and you can have that belief, and believe me, I did that for a while. I was like, there's nothing better because my adopted mother said this, because this person said that, because I made that mistake. And when I really think about how far I've come, that I was willing to share a vulnerable part of myself, my life story. When I read it, when I truly read my own words, I'm like, holy crap, I went through that and I'm still here. So, and then I read,
Wow.
and
That's
then I read other
powerful.
people's
That is
stories.
powerful.
Yes. And so I just want people to know
Yeah,
that
I feel that.
when you're guided
Mm.
and there's a push, just follow that guidance. And it's just one small little thing, one thing at a time. And before
Mhm.
you know it, you'll be doing whatever it is that you're being guided to do.
So you're this guide for people. You are this guide for people, who feel called to learn more about the work that you do in the world. You've helped so many people reclaim their power. So in our time together here, what is one mindset shift that you can teach people, maybe perhaps here today, that has been a game changer for you and your clients?
Right off the bat, gratitude. I
Hmm.
cannot impress upon anyone and everyone listening, and those who share this with those that have not heard it.
Mm,
I did the most incredible exercise a couple of weeks ago, and I'm telling you, I'm still in the vibration of gratitude. I
mm,
walked through every room in my house and I touched everything. I went into closets, drawers, my desk, I'm in my home office. I have a meditation room, and I felt so much deep emotion, and it was not sadness at all.
mm.
I was in a deep state of gratitude. I wasn't doing any funky, like, I'm so happy and grateful for blah, blah, blah. I was just walking and I was like, holy hell, what in the world? I am in heaven. Why have I not realized this before? I have so much. And then I thought about, as I'm walking around, I have my eyeballs, I have my body, I am breathing. So the simple act of gratitude. And I will tell you that it is not 2 weeks later. I journaled this in my journal. This was so powerful. And oh my God, if there's anything that I will tell someone to do, is just do that exercise. And if you do it once, I'm telling you, then you can spend an hour in one room. It took me 30 minutes. It was the most impactful, meaningful,
Mm.
absolutely just glorious feeling to walk through every room and say, I understand why I haven't been able to achieve abundance from a financial aspect. Because when you're walking around and you're like, I have all this stuff, but my bank account is empty, or I have, I have all this stuff, I have this car and I have this job and I have this thing, but this is missing. So in essence, what I was doing was I was negating all the abundance that I already have. And I was operating from a lack mentality. Like, I
Mm.
have all this, but this is still missing. So can I have more? And when I just stood in that gratitude, listen, just do it. One room. You don't even have to walk your whole house, but in your room and just, again, nothing fancy. You don't have to do and light up a candle and do whatever makes you happy, but do it. And gratitude, I'm sure that coaches and I'm sure I know you, Kate, talk about gratitude all the time. So I'm just telling you, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
That is so beautiful. And I felt the vibration increase just as you were talking about it. You always have the most beautiful energy. I know everybody can already feel that. They felt it the second you were here. Just the second the second that your energy enters a space, you don't even have to talk. It just is that you're thinking about entering a space. You are just one of these really unique and magical souls that when you decide to show up in a space, your energy is a blessing. Your energy is a blessing there. And I know everyone can feel that. However, when you spoke about this mindset shift that you just so generously shared with us, I felt it expand even further, right? And so yes, and you may start with a room, but when that energy expands like that, you're going to want to continue. You're going to want to go through the whole house. You're going to want to do it on a regular basis. I love it. What a beautiful gift you have just given us. So you also have some free resources, some free tools, right? That you wanted to talk about today. So can you tell us a little bit about really like where we can find you? How do we get into your world? And is there something that you would like to offer to the audience today?
Absolutely. So you can find me at innerjourneytransformation.com. And as soon as you get on my website, you'll have all my social media. So you can click on my social media, follow. Also, I want to gift a free 7-day workbook, which I feel will help individuals get started. Like literally, it's small, but it's very powerful. And with reframe and redirect, I want to impress upon the importance of what that actually means. It's not just some fancy words I put together, but it really is about if you've been saying to yourself, I'm not good enough, or I'll never be able to do that. The first thing that you need to do is just acknowledge that you maybe have the wrong language, and you begin by reframing it. And that starts with the acknowledgement. And so you change that into the possibility for me to do XYZ is that, and just stand in that. Again, nothing fancy, nothing, all blown out of you got singing bowls and all that, if that all works for you. But then as you're redirecting that energy that isn't serving you, and you're using that to really hone in on what's possible for you, then again, and I started at the beginning of our of this conversation, Kate, is the possibilities are truly infinite when we just allow ourselves to be in a better state of mind. And I believe I had shared also a meditation that I recorded that I feel would be really powerful for
Mm.
everyone. And another thing was a free undated planner that you can use. Um, Journaling, whatever it is, but it's my gift to you. I spent some time on it, but I just felt I love journals and I love to hold on to things. So if you want to print it, have fun with it. But I love journals, love planners. That's how I live my life. And I think that's where I'm a little bit connected with Kate in that aspect too, because I know how much you love your planners as well. But yes, I'm so excited to offer that. And again, innerjourneytransformation.com.
Mm.
And my social media handles are going to be Inner Journey Transformation.
I am available for all of the things that you create. Let me just tell you that. So I'm going to go on there and check, check, check. I will add your meditation to my meditation library. So I just kind of circle through. I have favorite ones that I do if I'm into a guided meditation that day, and I just kind of circulate through my library. I have, kind of top 5 favorites, if you will, right?
Yep.
I know yours will be one of them. So I absolutely cannot wait actually to get that downloaded. So I'm so excited that's offered. And yes, I love a good opportunity to dig in, writing and journaling and prompting. And what a blessing all of this is, really, like everything that you are offering here. And I'm like, I already want to go re-listen. I could just talk to you forever. You're the best. What it is that first of all, your energy shows up before you do. I already mentioned that. And you are, y- I don't know if you realize this about I'm sure you do, but like I will reflect it anyway. Because of the deep work you have done in healing yourself to a place where you remember who you are, and you now have given yourself permission to what you are innately worthy of, you immediately allow other people to do the same just by showing up, just by showing up. And I want to make no mistake about what I'm saying here. By showing up, you begin to heal people. By showing up, you begin to give people permission of the life they are worthy of. By showing up, you begin to invite people into a path to remember exactly who they are. It's really big. It's really big. And I absolutely can't wait for more people in this, they're listening to experience that from you and with you. So thank you so much, Andrea, for being here today and for sharing your light with all of us. It is such a gift. I did not take it lightly for 1 second. I truly, truly appreciate each moment that we get to spend together. You change my life every single time we're together by your words of wisdom. And I know that for anyone who feels connected to you, as I'm sure many will, you're about to change their life as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Kate. That really, as you were speaking, my body is just, I have love bumps all over. So that really just confirms a question I asked myself a few weeks back, and something that I genuinely uh, work on each and every day of my life, and that is that my energy walks in before I do. And so you just confirmed that um, at the beginning of our conversation, and now you're sealing it with that same love. And it's reaffirming what God has been putting in, Source has been putting in, is that I've always wanted my energy to walk in before I did, virtually or physically. And just thank you for helping me to see what is true and what is already there. So it means a great deal. It's been a blessing and a pleasure, and I'm so excited for all the magic that is literally unfolding for the both of us on this journey, and I feel truly blessed to be working with you. So thank you again for having me.
It has been an absolute blessing to have you here. The honor is all mine. And as promised, we have revealed many of life's best kept secrets here today with our guest expert, Andrea. So thank you all so much for sharing this space with us. Be sure to click the links here for this episode to get into her world, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Welcome to On Air with Kate Butler, where we are revealing life's best kept secrets.